Hi, come on up in my treehouse. Let's do a craft together. These are the things we're going to need for our crafts. I'm getting them up to the top of the treehouse in my pail. Come on up. I hope you can climb up the ladder and come up here and be with me so we can do our crafts together. Hi, this is the treehouse that Pastor Dave built for us and for our grandchildren. It's not just for kids. I like it too. One of the things about this treehouse is that it's really up in a tree, so we may hear the sounds of the birds. Don't worry about that. You might hear some cars going by too. We'll just try to go on. It's actually kind of a nice noise up here. I was thinking about Good Friday, and it's one of those things that's hard and it's good. The first craft we're going to make is with 2 sticks like this. These are 8-inch popsicle sticks, and I made some lines on them. The next thing you're going to need for this project is a pair of scissors, and you're going to need a little rope about as long as your arm. Get a grown-up to help you with this part. Cut off the round ends of your sticks with a big scissors. On this stick, cut it in half. Cut off this end really close to the end, and cut off this with a bigger piece. Now you have a big piece, a medium piece, and a little piece. The cross is something that we think about on Good Friday because Jesus was nailed to a wooden cross. That's a really hard thing. We can make a cross with this rope by starting behind. Put the small piece in the front and hold your rope with your thumb behind and cross over, and then go behind and cross over. Go behind again and cross over. Go behind and cross over. Should look like an X. Do you see the X? Turn it over and tie a knot in the back. If you want to cut off the extra rope, that's okay. There's a cross. One of the other mean things that happened to Jesus from the leaders of the people and the soldiers is that they made a sign. They teased him, and they made a sign and said, "He is the king." And then they teased him and said, "If you're the king, why can't you come down and save yourself?" They were so mean to him. We're going to make a little sign to go on our cross. And for this, you just need a marker. If you have a marker, you can write what you want to on here. Maybe you want to write the word king. Maybe you'd like to make a heart. Maybe you'd like to make a beautiful sun, a beautiful shape. Whatever you would like to make on there, write it on your sign, and then you can glue it on later. I'm going to write king. K-I-N-G. Because Jesus showed us he was a different kind of king. If you wanted to make a heart, that would remind you of how much Jesus loves you. Are you ready for the next part? For this last craft, you need a piece of paper, some crayons, some black paint, and a paintbrush, and a couple of chopsticks or some other kind of stick. First, you take your crayons and color a brightest color design that you can on your card. I'm going to add a little bit more purple because I love purple. And I think it needs some more blue. A little more blue there. Ooh. It's all filled in with bright, bright colors, like a rainbow. You take some black paint and squeeze a little on and brush it over your whole design. All over. I need more paint. Make sure a grown-up helps you. There's my clock. Do you hear any other sounds going by? Do you hear any birds? Do you hear the wind? It's all covered with paint now. While this dries, I want to tell you one more thing. You see I have a number 1 and a number 2. Now which one comes first? This one or this one? Is it this way? Does this one come first and this one? Or is it this way? This one first and this one? You all know that number 1 comes first and number 2 comes next. There's a letter A and a letter B. Which comes first? A or B? Is it this way? Does B come first? Or is it this way? Does A come first? A comes first and B comes next. Now Jesus taught us about something about life and death. First we live, first there is life, and then there is death. But Jesus taught us that this is not the end. Jesus taught us that life can come after. So there is life and death and life. Jesus taught us that because when he died on the cross on Good Friday, he came alive again. And we are so glad that he showed us that death is not the end. When you get to Sunday morning, your beautiful card is going to be dry. The paint will be all dry. And do you know what you can do? You can take your stick. I got chopsticks here from the Chinese restaurant. You can take your stick, and I think I'm going to make a sunshine sunrise with my picture. It wasn't very hard to scratch away the paint and make a beautiful picture that reminds me that Jesus is alive and he loves us. Thank you for joining me today. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.